Gentlemen, welcome to the CW Ops Fundamental class in Morse code. Thank you for registering. Before we get going, I want to make sure that each of you has access to a decent iambic paddle or a semi-automatic key like a bug. We recommend against straight keys because frankly, they don't work very well above speeds of 15 words per minute. And although the top speed at this class will be 15 words per minute, trust me, when we get done, you will be sending Morse code at 30 words per minute in contests if you so choose. A semi-automatic key, like a bug, is used much like the automatic iambic paddles. It takes a little longer to master, and they have their own sound. They're expensive, so you won't save any money compared to an iambic paddles. However, if you do have one of the older rigs that doesn't have built-in keyer, that might just be the thing for you. If you're interested in learning how to do that, I'm happy to give you some lessons on that. We could have that as part of our course. Just send me a note and let me know. Okay, before you buy a key, a couple of important points. Number one, they are expensive. A good quality key will cost $200 to $500. Now, there are cheaper options. We always have a few students come through the course that try those keys, but the least expensive keys tend to be buggy, and folks get frustrated and eventually end up getting a mainstream key anyway. Besides, the fast keys are fun to use. They're more accurate, and you can send at any speed up to 50 words a minute if you are so inclined. Now, while each key has its own unique feel, every one of them is smooth and dependable. It would be ideal if you can go out and try one of these, like take it for a test spin. Very impractical, sadly, unless you happen to have a ham radio convention happening right now. But I can give you some options from my own experience. The keys that I've had a chance to try are number one, the N3ZN key, particularly the ZN-9 Plus, which works quite well. Begali, not Bengali, Begali Keys is an Italian company. They have a number of excellent keys in their lineup. Vibraplex has an iambic keyer that is excellent. A British company named Kent Keys has an outstanding iambic paddle. It's actually pretty cost effective, and you can get on DX Engineering. Ukrainian company UR5CDX has been in production throughout the war in Ukraine, and they are still available, cost-effective keys as well. And then finally, Mike March, who's one of the CW Ops members, makes keys to order, and he has a web page that you can look into. There are lots of other keys, actually, that are less well-known, and some of those work great. You should investigate them. I have experience with the N3ZN, the Vibraplex, Mike March's key, and the Begali keys, and I like all of them. Now, you will notice that I did not mention the bencher or the MFJ keys, and there's a reason for that. They are not heavily weighted, and you'll find yourself pushing them around the table when you're using them. That will quickly become frustrating, and you will drop out of my class, so I would avoid those. Now, a fair question to ask would be, which one do I prefer? And I don't work for any of these companies. I don't really push any products, and this is not intended as an ad. My fist is different than yours. However, I guarantee you, whichever one of these keys that we talked about in that list you decide on, they'll all work fine. My colleagues said just pick one that you like, that looks good, and you won't be disappointed. I think that's probably true. The little differences from key to key are a little bit minor, I think. So I just will give you a quick demonstration of a couple keys I have here. That is the N3ZN key that I'm using. It's set up for a very narrow space between the paddles, which I prefer. Not everybody does, but they're interesting. And now to compare the Begali contour paddle, which is also very comfortable to use. And you'll notice that both of these are very, very heavy. And then there's the semi-automatic key that is produced by Vibraplex, the classic bug, which you see you use kind of like you would use an iambic paddle. It does have its own sound, and you have to be careful about spacing, but some people prefer this, and it's been around forever. Okay, so please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions prior to the start of our class, but I would like you guys to have a paddle at the beginning of the class. The phone number I provided for you works. I carry that cell phone with me wherever. You can text me, you can email me, and I love a QSO as well, so whatever works fine. If you live in the Puget Sound area, Simplex on VHF would also be an option. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the real world here coming up very shortly. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to helping you through this class this year. It should be a lot of fun. Take care.